It's not because people forgot it, but because someone made sure it was forgotten. That house, it's buried deep in the woods, where no proper road goes. You don't see it unless it wants you to. Nobody delivers mail there. No power lines. No neighbors. Just silence. Thick, pressing silence. I moved to Dunbridge County in 2019. After a long mess in the city, I thought the countryside would be peaceful. It wasn't. From the day I arrived, people warned me. Never directly, but always with that same tone. Don't go near the Hadley place, they'd say. Bad luck. Strange noises. Missing hikers. Just leave it be. I didn't think much of it. Until he showed up. It was late September. Rain had just started falling. And into our small station walked this man. Barefoot, filthy, eyes bloodshot. He was shaking, bleeding, like he'd crawled out of the grave. I offered him water. Sat him down. Thought maybe he was high. But then he looked at me and said something I'll never forget. I buried them, he whispered. They're still there. 100. Maybe more. I just stared at him. He said his name was Paul Granger. He'd worked at the Hadley Estate for 27 years. Since he was 21. Said he was hired by a man he only called the master. A man who never came downstairs. Who never left the estate. Paul said his job was to tend the grounds. Clean the greenhouse. Feed the dogs. And bury the mistakes. At first, he thought they were just visitors. Women. Some stayed a few days. Some only hours. Then they were gone. And he was told, clean it up. He dug the holes. Behind the orchard. Near the pond. Under the greenhouse. The master never spoke much. But the house watched. Paul looked at me with this dead kind of calm and said, the land doesn't just take their bodies. It takes their names. Their voices. But I still hear them in the trees. I should have dismissed him. But something about the way he spoke. I couldn't ignore it. So that night, I drove him back to the estate. No backup. No paperwork. Just me and him. We parked near the rusted gate. The house was a shadow in the dark. No lights, no movement. But even from the outside, I felt something. Like it was awake. Paul led me to a spot behind the gazebo. He dropped to his knees and started digging. No tools. Just his hands. And then, there it was. Fabric. Hair. Bone. 3 women. 1 grave. We called it in. Within days, the place was swarming with investigators. Forensics. Reporters. They found more. 9 graves in total. All female. All hidden well. But that wasn't the worst part. In the cellar, behind a bricked wall, they found a journal. The name on the cover, Edward Hadley. Entries going back to 1953. And in the final pages, he wrote this. 1 soul per moon. Blood for silence. I offer what the land desires. In return, I am remembered. The last entry was dated 1974, but the ink was still wet. That's when we saw it. Scrawled across the bottom of the last page, in handwriting that didn't match the rest. The 63rd will open the door. I'm the 63rd officer assigned to Dunbridge County. I don't believe in coincidences. Weeks later, Paul escaped his hospital room. They found him at the estate, on the roof. Shirtless. Mud covering his skin. He looked at me and said, "They want me back." I broke the circle. Then, he jumped. We recovered his body. But both arms were missing. Cleanly severed. No signs of trauma. No blood. Nobody could explain it. But I knew. Deep down I knew. I went back. Alone. I shouldn't have. But it felt like something was pulling me. Like I belonged there. Inside, the house felt alive. The wallpaper pulsed. The floor creaked, even when I didn't move. At the end of a hallway, I saw a door I swear wasn't there before. I opened it. Behind it, a spiral staircase, descending into darkness. The walls were stone, damp, breathing. At the bottom was a chamber, circular. In the center, a pit. I stepped closer. Bones. So many bones. Stacked, twisted, ancient and recent. And then I saw the altar. And on it, a mirror. It wasn't dusty or cracked. It was perfect, clean. I looked into it, but I didn't see myself. I saw Paul, standing, alive, smiling. Then I saw Edward Hadley, still young, still waiting. And then I saw me, older, worn, my badge on my chest. But I wasn't leaving. I was walking the halls, holding keys, feeding the dogs. Caretaker. The mirror cracked. And that voice, not from outside, but inside my chest. You looked. That is enough. That's the last thing I remember. They found me in the forest the next morning. Nos chus. Covered in mud. I don't remember how I got there, or how I got out. But I remember what I saw, what I became. The estate was sealed, the files buried. But every night, I hear the trees whisper. And sometimes, in my dreams, I'm back there, and I'm digging.